Okay, welcome everyone. Today we're going to talk about provincial nominee programs, and we're only going to cover Alberta and British Columbia today. So disclaimer here, all info covered in this presentation is general knowledge and it may not apply to every individual. Okay, so this is just strictly general knowledge. Please remain muted. I don't want to have to leave the presentation to remove people from the session and all. So when I did the setting for this meeting, I put everyone on mute. So if you have to unmute yourself, I don't know why. We're gonna have a question and answer session after this presentation. Okay, that way you can unmute yourself and ask your questions. Copyright, yeah, if you want to use any of my content, please let me know, okay? If you don't know who I am, my name is Dr. Lina Mba. I'm an immigration advisor. I've worked with the government of New Brunswick. I've helped resettle refugees for the government of Canada. I manage Zeal Solutions, and one of the things that I like to do is have frequent info sessions because I love to share knowledge and I also get to learn as well. So through these info sessions, we've had a lot of testimonials. We've had people who applied on their own, who got visas on their own, and so many other things. I live in Edmonton, Alberta. One of the guest speakers for those people coming in April. Let me know. I know I'm one of the guest speakers for one of the conferences where we've had a lot of people get their visa to come and watch me speak here in Edmonton. So that's quite awesome. Yeah, and yeah, I'm also gonna be doing an Edmonton, though that is not ready.
There's no one rope.
Something for you normally to cut that.
I don't think
Again, if you are not muted, kindly mute your phones. Kindly mute your phone because it's like yeah, I don't want to remove anyone. I really don't want to remove anyone from the session. I know someone that messaged me and said, "Oh, you removed the session." Let's be respectful. All right. So provincial nominee program, we were only gonna talk about Alberta and British Columbia. Okay, all right. So we have 10 provinces in Canada. Oh boy, my baby is pulling my head. Stop it. All right. So today we'll talk about Alberta and British Columbia. So for Alberta, they recently changed their name. The new name for their provincial nominee program is Alberta Advantage Immigration Program. Okay, they've made a few changes, and I was excited to see the new change. They have the Alberta Opportunity Stream. They have the Alberta Express Entry Stream. They have the Rural Renewal Stream. So today we're gonna talk about these three. Of course, they have there are other routes, like the entrepreneurial stream, like the investments and all. For those that want to own a business in Alberta, they have that. Sorry, they have that pathway available. All right, so our better opportunity stream is employer driven. Okay, now you wanna be able to work in Alberta or at least have a job offer in Alberta to be able to apply to this stream. Okay, so you're gonna realize that in Canada, there are different form of work visa. Now, the most common one for foreigners is LMIA. And I've already discussed about LMIA in previous info sessions. LMIA is that paper that your employer has to get from the Canadian government, all right? They have to advertise the job position for more than 30 days. They have to prove that there are no other people to help do the job, okay? Now, if you're from Nigeria, chances are you're either gonna get LMIA, except maybe you're an international student, then you're gonna get the postgraduate work permit. Now, the postgraduate work permit is open, it's an open work permit that allows you to work for different employers, while the LMIA is a closed work permit that allows you to work for only one employer. So when you get your work visa, the name of the employer is going to be on your work visa, okay? If you're using an LMIA, and if you're using an LMIA-based work permit. I'm not going to go into much details for LMIA exemptions because it doesn't really apply to most African countries. But if you speak French, there's the Francophone mobility, which is very, very good. I'm not also going to go into that because I don't have many French audience. Also, for the Alberta Opportunity Stream, there's a list of eligible occupations. Okay, if you're doing, maybe you're a stripper, or you're into prostitution, or as some other reserved kind of work, you will not qualify for this stream. But I'm not really going to go into that just because of time. Yeah, so for the Alberta Opportunity Stream, you have to write IELTS or CELPIP, and that's CELPIP General, IELTS General, okay, not the academic one, the general. And you need minimum CLB 5 if your job is in the line of NOC O, A, or B. Then minimum CLB 4 if your job is under NOC C or D. Now, it's difficult to know like where your job is like what level, but I'm just going to give you an idea, okay? NOC OAB, they need some sort of education to be able to work in that job. So accountants, bankers, engineers, managers, they'll fall under that NOC OAB. Now, job that anyone can do, you don't need education for, like cashier, laborer, and all that. That will fall under NOC C or D. So at least you kind of have an idea. For Alberta, they need you to have some sort of work experience. If you're living in Alberta, and you have over 12 months of full-time work experience in the previous 18 months, then you're eligible for this stream. Then, if you have 24 months of full-time work experience in both Alberta and abroad within the last 30 months, you're eligible. So for example, maybe you're in Nigeria right now, and you're a fast food manager, okay? Maybe you work for Domino's Pizza, or better still, maybe you're working in a bank, you're an accountant, all right? And you have 24 months, maybe let's say you have 23 months work experience, all right? And you come to Alberta and you do 1 month. You come to Alberta and you do 1 month, then you're gonna be qualified. Okay, so that's what that second line means. If you're on postgraduate work permit, then 6 months of full-time work experience. All right, so with postgraduate work permit, you don't count the experience you gain while you're a student. It doesn't apply. So you can't use that experience that you gained as a student. Okay, just like I mentioned, for this stream, is 6 months of full-time work experience for postgraduate work permit holders. You cannot gain that experience while you're studying. So if you're on study permit, like you cannot say, oh, I did this job as a student, why am I not eligible? That doesn't count in this stream. And you also need a valid job offer from our better employer. The good news is you don't have to worry too much about LMIA. Once you have that experience and you have your employer on your side, then that would definitely help pursue this route. All right, so the next one we'll talk about is Alberta Express Entry Stream. I want to believe you all know about Express Entry. So for Express Entry, for the Express Entry stream, you must have an Express Entry profile. All right, so unlike Saskatchewan or Manitoba, where you have to send notification of interest or expression of interest, whatever terms that they use, you don't have to do so in this scenario, okay? All you have to do is create that Express Entry profile, list Alberta. So if you've indicated that Alberta is your province of destination and they see that your work experience, or maybe you're living in Alberta, or you have some sort of ties to Alberta, then Alberta would go through that database. And if they're interested in you, they're going to send a notification of interest. Okay. So in Manitoba, in Saskatchewan, when you have an Express Entry profile, you still have to send an application, which you can call it notification of interest or expression of interest. You have to apply to that province. But this doesn't apply here. Okay, those other provinces I stated, like you have to do like an application, then you're also going to be given like a score, and they'll do like a cutoff, and if you meet the cutoff, they'll send you they'll invite you to apply and all. So this doesn't work here. Okay, Alberta will do it on their own. They'll review your profile. If they like you, they're interested in you, they will send you a notification of interest. Okay, so you cannot just apply without the notification of interest. All right. And even when they send you that notification of interest, you still have that, you can still decline or accept, and then you now fill out the application. And when they approve that nomination, automatically is going to go through, like you don't need to start sending, you don't need to start emailing immigration for any, automatically it's going to reflect. Okay, I've done this last year for one of my clients that is Filipino. Okay, so that was how it worked out. So automatically it just boosted her points. She got the extra 600 points and she got invited to apply for Express Entry under Provincial Nominee stream. Okay, but if you're under the accelerated tech pathway, then you have to send your information. All right, you have to send information and you have to apply online. Okay, and that's the only exemption. That's the only exemption. Now, the rural renewal strain, this is fairly recent, okay? This fairly recent. I've never done any application on that. I've done for other Alberta nominee, Alberta nomination programs, but I've never done this stream before. So from what I researched, you must have a job offer to work in a rural Alberta community. So, and that rural community must have like a population less than 100,000. Of course, Edmonton and Calgary, the population is way way more than that. All right, so if you live in a rural Alberta community, then you have to check if that community is eligible. Alberta, they have a lot of smaller communities with like low population. So you have to do your own personal due diligence to ensure that that community is eligible. So that's it for Alberta. Next province is British Columbia. So British Columbia is a very beautiful province. They have the mountains. They have good tourist site. It's close to Washington D.C. and it's just a lovely, beautiful province. So there's several categories. There's the skilled worker category. There's the express entry category. And under the express entry category, we have the healthcare professional, international graduate. Of course, there's the entrepreneurial stream and other pathways that I'm not going to cover in this info session. All right, so we'll start with the skilled worker category. So similar to Alberta, like you need to have a full-time job offer from a BC employer. You also need 2 years of direct related work experience. You have to have or be eligible for a legal status in Canada. So if you're inside Canada, you're not, maybe you came in here, maybe you're stranded or you don't have paper, then it's gonna count against you, okay? And also, I'm gonna say British Columbia, they're a little bit strict because I've dealt with clients, um, the clients there. I had one client last year. They didn't even let him use the healthcare. I sent letters. I sent, just to show that his paperwork is in processing. So they can be a little bit strict, like this this condition that you need to have legal status in Canada. They take it very, very seriously. Okay. And also your wage has to be in line with the BC wage rate. So if maybe you're a restaurant manager and the average wage for restaurant managers in British Columbia is $25 per hour. If your employer is paying you $15 an hour, then it's going to affect your chances. It's going to affect your chances. Okay, so they have more requirements, but I'm not, I just highlighted the ones I believe that are quite important and all, but they have a lot of restrictions. So for BC, if you're working under NOC O or A, you don't need that minimum language requirement. Of course, it's still good to have because it can help you with your score for express entry and for other things that you're considering. But if you're doing NOC BCD, then your minimum language requirements, you need to have at least CLB4. Okay. Then for the express entry pathway is similar. You need to have express entry profile. So for BC, unlike Alberta, you have to apply. Okay. You have to apply. You have to send them a notification or expression of interest. You have to create a profile under BC PMP. All right, so you create that profile, and once you're done, it's gonna give you a score. Okay, it's gonna give you a score, and if you meet that cutoff mark, anytime they have their own draw, then they're gonna ask you to apply. Yeah, okay, they're gonna send you invitation to apply. Last year when I did it for my clients, it was, I think you have 30 days. That's as of last year. When I applied, they said it's 30 days. So we had to submit the application within 30 days. I don't know about this year. I've not done any BC PMP this year, so I can't say. You know, with immigration, things change like frequently. All right, so that's for express entry. One of the things I like with express entry pathways, even for Alberta, is that it's faster. It's faster. So once you get the nomination, everything is, you adjust it, because the before the express entry, when you get a nomination, you now have to do like the paper-based application. And the paper-based application takes a lot of time. It can take up to a year. Whereas with the express entry, once you get the nomination, then you apply, and within 4 to 6 months, you're getting your PR. Okay, so I always tell people, if you can get the express entry nomination, it's better because there's just too much going on with. And the annoying thing is that with paper-based application, if they need something, sometimes they just send all the application back to you. But with online application, is you can just log in, you can get notification easily, and you just get it done. If they have maybe they have questions, or they have a query or whatever, and they say, oh, I need you to send this or that, you can easily send it without them mailing the whole application back to you. So I tell people, if you can get the express entry, you can. I've had some clients that when I did this BCPMP, their language, they didn't meet the minimum language requirement. So they struggled because the first language is not English. So, those in scenarios like that, there's no other choice but to do the long route. Okay. That's that. All right, I think I already covered this. You need to have an express entry profile. You need to create an online profile on BCPMP portal. You know your score upon registration. And yeah, BC will issue invitation to those that meet the cutoff score. Factors that can affect your scores are your level of education, your work experience, and your language test. So for the health professional category, is similar. They need to have the full-time job offer from health related employers. Okay, 2 years of related work experience. They have to be eligible for legal status in Canada, and again, wage in line. For example, if you're a nurse and a nurse in BC, they pay them $35 an hour. You cannot be working as a nurse and you're getting like $20 an hour. So again, that wage factor is very crucial in BCPMP applications. So you might be wondering, oh, it seems like they have to be in BC, or they have to be in Alberta to get provincial nominee. No, you can get provincial nomination from Africa. I've met a lot of clients that came in directly. Okay, I know express entry is a little bit slow now, but if you're in the express entry pool under federal skilled worker, do you know that if you get provincial nomination, you're gonna get invited to apply under provincial nomination category? Because I hear a lot of people, they are giving up on express entry. They're like, oh, it's not going, Canada is not going, and but do you know, like, even as you have your express entry profile and it's still valid, you can still push for provincial nomination, and you can get it all the way from Africa. Of course, maybe BC and Alberta, they are those these two provinces, they already have people, but there are still some other provinces that don't have people and they need more immigrants. All right, and this is what this series is all about. We're going to go into that. BC, Alberta, maybe their provincial nomination might be looking like, oh, it's a little bit, it might be tough. No, no, no. There are a lot of provinces that will happily give you provincial nomination. And yes, you get it all the way from Africa. Yes, when you get that and you apply under provincial nomination, then you can get your PR and come inside Canada with PR. And I put the pathway express entry EI/job offer provincial nominee and permanent resident. Now, other pathway, if you don't want to use that, or if you feel like, oh, it's going to take a long time, I think I've discussed this before. You can come in as a visitor, you can convert to work, then provincial nominee, then permanent residence. I had one employer contact me not too long ago. I'll probably go and see him next week. And he said there's a lot of like jobs, but he asked if I know any visitor or what I would like to convert, because right now the way immigration works is the processing time is becoming a huge factor. I know like in Africa the success rate is not that great, but the good thing is when you have a visit visa and you convert it to work, when you do that, the processing center that is going to attend to your application is Edmonton. Okay, the case processing center in Edmonton, and it's faster compared to when you're doing this from, from Africa. So that's why a lot of employers these days, they want to they want people that have at least a visit visa, or maybe if you're from Mexico and all those other places that's visa free, like visit visa free, then they'll prioritize those people. So because no employer, like last year was a nightmare, because I got a lot of like heat from employers, kind of, especially with their clients that are in the Philippines. In the Philippines, their potential employees that are in the Philippines because of the delay, the COVID, and all that. So employers tend to get frustrated where they are, they've invested this amount of time and all only for the prospective employee to be abroad and all that, because they don't want to hire someone else to take that position, and then, oh, boom, you get your paper and now it's like they have to accommodate you. So that's the tricky thing about this whole thing. Speaking of visitors, people still ask if with or without policy, there are means to convert your visit to work. All right. Yeah, and you can change your status. When you have a visit visa, you can easily gain access to potential employers. All right. Now nobody is willing to hire or take anyone without at least a visit visa. So people that message me from Nigeria, and I say, you need to have, because there's nothing I can do at this point. That's what they said, and I'm just communicating what they've said. And if you're wondering, oh, how can I get this visit visa? I don't know anybody in Canada. I don't, I don't know anyone. Well, you know me. You know me, and I'm in Canada. All right. And I'm so excited because I remember when I started talking about this event that I'm privileged to be one of the guest speakers. Only a few people that reached out in the group, and I'm so excited that I'm seeing a lot of people getting their visas. And the interesting thing is some of them applied on their own and they just informed me like, hey, Lena, I've gotten my visa and all that. So those people that have gotten visa, if you have not and you've not notified me, please let me know, because I want to do a tour. Okay, it's like a private tour, so that when you come to Edmonton after the event the following day, which is going to be on a Sunday, we can hang out, show you guys around, and we'll go downtown, then we'll go to the mall, and just, so that we can all enjoy the trip. Yeah, so yeah, keep me informed, please. And I'm just going to show recent testimonials. So that's the letter that I helped them get. I contacted the organization. I say, hey, I have people that want to come see me speak. Please, can you help them with invitation letter? And they did. They did. And that was last year. You can see the letter. They issued it like in October. And this person got her visa in January. So I'm very excited. Florence, I can't wait. I don't know if you're on this info session. I can't wait to meet you, girl. All right. So yeah, office location, you can always, if you're in Alberta, you can come holler at me. If you're in Lagos, you can go holler at Karen. And that 587, that's my admin number, limited availability because of time difference. So yeah, this is the end of this presentation, and the next thing we're gonna do is question and answers. And again, a friendly reminder that anything we're sharing here today is general knowledge. Okay, general knowledge. If you want to, book a consultation later, that's fine. My personal service is not free. However, genuine general inquiries, very, very welcome. I'm a very friendly person. If your agent is fake, or if you're sure your agent is not genuine, or all those type of questions, I don't know. I'm not a police for I'm not a police for agent. I get that kind of question. So if you trust your agent enough to pay your agent money, good for you. But don't ask me if your agent is genuine or not. Consultation available if you're not in Edmonton, Canada. There's virtual, there's Zoom. If you're in Edmonton, Canada, then we can do in-person consultation. All right, I just want to thank you all for taking your time to attend this info session. This is the end of the presentation, and we're going to have our question and answer session. All right, you guys.
Hi, Dr. Lena. Hi, good evening from here in Lagos, Nigeria.